Hello. The first thing I noticed when I came in today was that the robin is back sitting on the nest and her mate is bringing in food. They were a bit upset the other day when I discovered the nest by accident, but they seem to be alright. They seem to be settled, and she peeked over the top of the nest and had a look at me, but I've been in and out of the shed because obviously I've got to go through the greenhouse door to go out of the shed door, and she's just over there. I'll not get any closer, but I'll have to keep going past her, but she seems to have got used to me now, so that's okay. Things are progressing. I pulled a load of weeds off here. See, I pulled all this stuff and a load new came up. At least this one seems to have done alright. The peas round have come up. This one is a little bit slow, which is funny because same compost, same seeds, same time, same watering. Weird, but anyway, it's going, and everything else is going. And the radishes, so I'll have to have a pick of these soon. The onions, okay. The lettuces are already almost ready to be going out. I don't put them out just yet because they're still slug snack size. I'll wait till I get a little bit bigger. And these other things need to be sorted as well because they're almost ready to go. I made a start on clearing this out the other day. I might try and finish that off today. We'll see. And I found someone to take the last 2 gooseberries. So she's going to come next week and collect the gooseberries, and then I can clear this area. Well, I came in today between the rains, and good news, I've had a quick peek and the robin chicks have hatched. As usual, the last time I was here, at the end of the day I had to go and didn't record what I'd done. What I brought in was this black shelving unit because we're going to need more space, but it is a bit tight. So what I'm going to do is put some wheels at the bottom so I can push it to this side, work on that side, and then push it to that side and work on this side. It's not a very strong shelf, it's only thin plastic, but it's only got to support trays of seedlings and things like this. It's not going to have big pots on it, so it should be able to cope with that. So I've just got to find some castors for the 4 legs. I'll measure it up and do that. The other job is that I've managed to clear about half of this fruit bed, and I've got a big pile of brambles in there, and there's still a bit more to do. I've got this job to do as well, but because it's been wet and raining, this ground is really muddy and I don't really want to go in there and ruin the soil, so I've kept off that. So I'll wait till I get a couple of dry days and I can finish that off. And we're due for a storm, as you can probably hear the wind going, so I'll get on with those jobs. Somebody dropped off the size of his shed in the top car park. I measured it and decided to take a couple of pieces because they were the right size for what I needed. You can see what I'll do with it in a future video. Just having a quick check at the end of the day whilst the parents are away catching worms. The chick seems to be doing fine. It's a bit windy out there. I had a fright when I came in today because my neighbour said, oh, I've been in and I couldn't really see one of the chicks. And maybe the rats have got to them. So I had a look, and it's just from where he was standing he could only see one of them, but I've had a check and they're okay. Right, let's start the morning with a check on the chicks. They seem to be doing fine and they're responding to the movement on the nest when I poke it, because that triggers the response to the parents coming back to the nest, and the chicks open their beaks to beg for food, and they seem to be doing that quite well, so I'm going to leave them alone. But otherwise we're doing okay, we're in good shape. Somebody's supposed to be coming in and picking the gooseberries today, so we'll see when she turns up. Ooh, it's windy, it's really windy. So I'm going to try to do this in the greenhouse as much as possible. I'm going to put the castors on the bottom of these shelves. So I have this old rake that has seen better days. It's falling apart. These tines are just you know, you put any pressure on them and they just bend. So they're no good. It's just old and rusty. So I took the handle off it and chopped it up and put the castors on these. Now the castors only go this far, and this is a little bit smaller than the width of the tube of the shelves, but that's fine because I couldn't find anything perfectly to match. But wrapping this duct tape around it a couple of times will make it the right width, and I've deliberately made it longer so that if it does wobble a bit and it's not steady, I can always put it in because it goes a fair bit. The caster's only, the anchor for the caster is only up to there, so I've got that, and if necessary I can screw that onto this and then it will be steady. So just wrap that with a bit of duct tape to thicken that part of it, and I'll push that in. A little bit of force and it's in firm. I can tip it, it's not coming out, so that's perfect. And the collar even matches. Not that that would have bothered me, but there we go. Right, so I'll put the other three on and we'll give it a test run. Right, I'll have to shout about above the sound of the wind, but there, they're all fine. And I've lifted it, they don't come out, they're all in firm, they all spin freely. So let's put it in the greenhouse and see it in action. And there it is, in the greenhouse. Now what I can do is leave it sort of in the middle there, and then when I want to actually do something in the greenhouse and I want to get around, what we're going to do is push it that way, so it's come this way, and now I've got room to get by easily. Work on this side, water it, weed it, whatever, prune. When I want to work on this side, what I'm going to do is put it that way, and I can get in and work on this side and water and things on this side. Now this is not a very strong shells, it's only thin plastic, it's only very thin plastic and tubes, so it's not got the strength to hold great big pots, but for trays of seedlings it's perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I don't go home empty-handed because I've got the radishes ready. I'll harvest these. Another early crop. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's all looking fine. So yeah, the greenhouse is starting to look really well. Now I've got all the heat loving plants on this side, and I'm going to put some plastic on it to protect them in case we get a deep frost. I mean, they should be alright with a light frost, but in case we get deep frost I'm going to put some plastic on top of this, and then they get that extra layer of protection in case it's really hot. Oh, in case it's really cold, sorry. Okay, I've made a tent. Now the wire that is like this one, so I've got a wire on this side and a wire on that side, so that's supporting the top of the net, and the plants are all in there nicely tucked in. So I'll just tuck this cord in. Now this is a recycled bit of plastic, so when I got it, it was a bit wet and dirty, and it's been outside, so it's still wet and dirty. In the greenhouse it'll dry out, so this should be fine to keep them a little bit warmer. The other stuff like peas and things, they've just netted, and this should be safe from insects and mice, because people have had mice nick their stuff, but this seems to work as long as it's all covered. And I put in this celery and things that helps mask the smell, so should be alright. Yeah, I'm pleased that things are progressing well. Well, at least in the greenhouse anyway. I've still got a lot of work to do outside, but that's life.